Hello and welcome to Codex Lore, and today we're looking at the Palace of Slaanesh as part of this week of looking at each realm of the Chaos Gods. Slaanesh was created by the Eldar during the fall, which will happen just at the end of Unification Wars, which also caused the Eye of Terror to blow away the warp storms, which was stopping the Emperor of Man going forth and unifying the galaxy for mankind. So Slaanesh's birth was one of the biggest points in the 40k universe, as it set in motion many other things, not just the Eldar fall, but also the growth of mankind. Anyway, so the Palace of Slaanesh. Few gods welcome intruders to their empire, but there is one who loves to tempt visitors to his unnatural domain. This is Slaanesh, the Dark Prince and Lord of Pleasure. Those that dare his realm risk becoming trapped in its warped delights for eternity. The Dark Prince's realm is divided into 6 domains, each arranged in concentric rings about the Palace of Pleasure. Slaanesh's domain might be mistaken for a paradise, but nothing here is as it seems. Each region is not only a celebration of Slaanesh's desires, but also his chief defense. An intruder can only reach the Palace of Pleasure in the very heart of Slaanesh's territory by passing through all 6 of the circles, an act of will beyond most souls, both mortal and demonic. The circle of avidity forms the outermost boundary of Slaanesh's domain. The temptations within its borders play upon the interloper's greed. Gold is found here in abundance, glittering ingots and coins beyond counting. Any who attempt to take this wealth are doomed to spend eternity counting and polishing their hoard. This circle of avidity is divided by tall marble walls, studded with gems of every colour of the rainbow. These jewels are the lairs of demonic spirits that invade any wanderer who touches them, devouring his soul and destroying his body from within. At every corner and crossroads stand gilded statues, some beautiful Slaanesh, others of demons and mortals trapped in blissful ecstasy. A trespasser who lays even the slightest touch upon these golden statues will join them, turning them to gold, and his soul remains trapped within his immobilized form. Should greed not ensnare the unwary, the next circle is gluttony. Here is a vast lake of wine, dotted with islands linked by criss-crossing bridges. On each island is a table creaking under a lavish banquet, each more delectable than the last. A single taste of the smallest morsel, a simple sip from the lake, entraps the soul, filling it with a hunger even the most sumptuous feast cannot sate. Eventually, the intruder gorges himself so much that his bloated body simply expires from the strain or explodes in a shower of gore and half-digested food. Beyond lies the circle of carnality, a debauched place where all manner of fleshly pleasures may be sampled. Some maidens and beautiful youths glide across the verdant fields, their faces and fertile forms moulded to the perfect desire of the heart. Yet engaged with such a creature is utter folly, for the pleasure of a pleasing appearance of these lovers are simply glamours cast by the vicious demonettes of Slaanesh, who will tear apart anyone who lay hands on them. Upon entering the next circle, the traveller is greeted by roars of adulation. This is a circle of paramountcy, where intruders are tempted with power over others. For the visitor, with martial ambition, an army so vast, its number is beyond counting, awaits an endless plain, in fevered anticipation of his commands for conquest. To the politically minded, this circle appears to be as a great chamber of debating and governance, from which he can rule entire worlds and command the respect of their populations. In this place of personal aggrandizement, every whim is obeyed, every command is fulfilled, yet to linger within this circle is to eventually succumb to eternal nagging paranoia, to see contempt beneath every smiling face, and hear conspiracy in every obsequious response. Surrounded by adoring throng, the visitor's own self-doubts become torturous prison from which there is no escape. The circle of vainglory is a mesmerizing garden, its maze of paths thick with beautiful flowers and heavy with thorns. The gentle fragrant breeze whispers of past glories, reminders of achievements great and small. Still, mirrored pools reflect the visitor as he sees himself, presenting him with ideal self-image. Hubris is a snare in this domain, for each step is an intruder takes whilst boasting pride leads him further from the true path. As his pride swells, he is drawn to the depths of the wild garden, and eventually becomes entangled and choking undergrowth. Those braggadocial swiftly fall prey to the thorns, whose pricks sting for all time, whilst around him devil dryad, laughs scornfully, turning his glorious deeds into an ironic eulogy. The last circle is the most perilous. After all the ordeals already faced, it is the serene domain of idolatry. A never-ending beach where heavenly choirs sing soothing lullabies, and the perfume sedules the mind. The warmth of a summer sun calms the soul, and the gentle washing of lapping tides stills the heart. The white sands underfoot are desiccated husks of those who have come before. To rest for even a moment is to fall into a coma in which the traveller will die, content to waste away in idle bliss. If the visitor traverses this final and most insidious of circles, he comes before the almighty Slaanesh. Of all the chaos gods, Slaanesh alone is divinely glamorous, long-limbed and elegant, with a haunting androgynous beauty. Some say that Slaanesh can assume male, female, or hermaphrodite form at will. He has usually manifested himself as a young man, clean-limbed and fresh with vigour of youth. Indeed, Slaanesh is seductive, as only an immortal can be, disarming in his innocence, utterly beguiling in his manner. Some say that it is impossible for mortals to look upon the divine face without losing their soul, for all they see it becoming willing slaves to every whim of a dark prince, embracing his ways with wild abandon. I see Slaanesh is actually quite interesting because it's almost Zinchian in its way, but everything is the exact opposite. We have the banquet, but even it seems so luscious and grand, and you just take one bite and you're going to just be wanting to eat there forever. And the demonette, it's like Slaanesh is one of the most interesting gods, because he did cause most of the 40k to be, and his birth was the most prominent, and we actually have a date for that one. It hasn't happened yet, apparently. In the other ones, Nurgle was meant to be the Bubonic Plague. Khorne is Crusade. Tzeentch I'm not sure about, but Slaanesh we know was the Eldar and was the reason for the Great Crusade to start. But this... what's the word I'm looking for? But each... it's going to come to me. But each ring is the exact opposite to what it is. Duplicity of Slaanesh. That's the word. Duplicity. It's interesting. I like it. And I like the fact that he attempted, but only for it to become what is your worst nightmare. Like, when it's from vainglory, having all your achievements, shouted at you and jeered, and for that to be your downfall. The beach, which is so calm and relaxing, is just going to put you in a coma. I love it. I think this duplicity is amazing. I love that idea. That Slaanesh is not as straightforward as it